Hi, my name is Anna McMillan, and I am a certified sleep coach, pediatric sleep coach, and the owner of Little Wink Sleep. We help families teach their little ones how to sleep without leaving them to cry it out, because you can also have great sleep without leaving your baby just to cry endlessly. Today, I am going to be reviewing two different sleep sacks, a kite sleep sack and a Wolino sleep sack. And I will say that neither of these are sponsored or gifted. I bought these for my children, and you know what? I was looking for comparisons between the two when I was purchasing them, and so I thought I would let you know what I'm loving about them and what I don't love about them. Because that's really helpful as a parent. You have so many different things to buy, and we want to make sure that they are the best possible spend. They are in a similar price point. The Wolino one is slightly more expensive. However, hear me out on that. First, let's go through when to use a sleep sack and why you would use a sleep sack. To use the sleep sack, what a sleep sack is it is a sack here, and it is enclosed at the bottom, and it has fitted sleeves with a zip. And this is in place of a blanket for your baby. This allows your baby to have a really safe sleep, because babies up to 1 should not have a blanket or really anything else in their crib apart from a soother. Otherwise, it is a real risk. The other thing that is great about these is it can stop them putting their legs through the crib rails. However, if your baby does put their legs through the crib rails, don't worry, they're going to call out for help, and you're able to go in, readjust them, put them back into their sleep position, and they can continue sleeping. The other reason that I really love a good sleep sack is that, like us, we have our favorite sheets, duvets, pajamas, those kind of things. And that signals to our brain that it's time for sleep. The same is with a sleep sack. It is a really good signal for your baby to that it is time for sleep. And you can use it as a part of your nap and your bedtime routine. So the way that you would use it is that you would have them ready to go, and as you go into your nap routine, you're changing their diaper, and then you're going to put on their sleep sack while they are on the change table. We are not putting it on while they're in the crib, because we want our kids to go into the crib wide awake so that they know exactly where they are, so that when they wake up with transition sleep cycles, they're not like, oh, where am I? I was in mom's arms, or dad was carrying me around, and suddenly I don't know where I am. This is going to be a great communication tool. You're also able to, fold it up, put it in the diaper bag, off you go. You don't necessarily need to use it while they're in the carrier or in the stroller. However, if you're doing like a pack and play or you're traveling, don't forget your sleep sack. They come in multiple different weights. The weight is to do with how warm or how layered the sleep sack is, depending on your climate. And this is something that I will say is really unique between these two different sleep sacks as well. So let's dive in as to which sleep sack is which, what I love about it, and what I don't like about them. First of all, let's go with the Wolino. This here is their larger size, and I have their smaller 0 to 6 month size. However, they are at a higher price point, so I prefer to get the one that goes right through to 24 months, because my kids do use them right along until they switch to blankets about 2.5 when they switch to a big bed. So a Wolino sleep sack, this is 2 months to 24 months, which before 2 months you may be using a swaddle or you may be using a sleep sack. Either's is fine, but it does need to be more fitted. So this one here is going to be for a longer period of time. The reason why I really do like the Wolinos is, first of all, it is very soft inside. It's not like classic wool where it's like scratchy and uncomfortable. Sensory wise and against baby skin, it is very, very soft. It has double clips on both tops, and so you can clip either side, which is fantastic. And then what we also have here is in the middle, and I don't know if you can see this, but we have a Velcro spot on both sides. This allows you to actually buckle your baby in while they're in their sleep sack. So if you put them down at a friend's place, you can keep their sleep sack on and you can put them into their car seat. And because it is thinner material, it is still safe in the car seat. That is different to wear a thicker sleep sack you could not wear in a car seat. It would be equivalent to wearing a winter jacket in a car seat, which is not safe. But I love that we can buckle baby in, and because it is wool, their kind of like main feature that they really tell a lot of people about is that it is 4 seasons. Because it is wool, wool regulates adding heat and taking away heat or sweat depending on the season. So you're buying 1 sleep sack or 2 to swap them out. We have at least 2 on the go. You're buying 2 of these and they're lasting year round. Whereas other sleep sacks, such as our kite sleep sack, they come in different togs, which is the weighting of the sleep sack. This one here is a 1.0 tog, and it's got some padding to it. It is fairly warm, right? But you're going to need one for at least summer and winter, and then your varying clothes underneath. So when we're looking at the cost, this one might be a higher price. However, with your kite sleep sack, you're going to need to buy multiple sleep sacks, depending on the weather, your location, and the heating in your house. The kite sleep sack is very, very soft. I have to say the fabric feels like butter. I loved it so much. I bought my youngest also a blanket for her car seat because it was just like so soft and yummy. Their designs are really cute. One of the differences that you may see in these two is that kite does not have the car seat holes. And this is mostly to do with the weight of the fabric as well, like safety. But if you're wanting one, like if you're a family on the go like us, where you're like having dinner with friends and putting your kids down on the pack and play and then bringing them home, then the car seat hole is just spectacular. The kite one here, it comes in multiple different sizes as well, so you're able to get a more specific fitting one. Wellino has gotten around this, but they have the snaps on top. They also have, you would do up the zipper on the side, and you have snaps to make the hole on the arm smaller, because it is essential that the hole for the arm fits your baby, right? Otherwise, their arms are going to get caught. They can then slide down into the sleep sack, which is not safe. It's the equivalent of a blanket. Not be safe because it can get around their face. So this is where they have put that snap in place, and it's important that you use it. Whereas one of the things I do like about kite is that they don't have the double snaps up the top. They have the one zipper coming down, and it comes from the collarbone down to the side, and it doesn't have the snaps because I have a bigger size in this one too for my toddlers, and they know how to undo these snaps. They can stand up and they will go like this. This is why they have this front, this midline collarbone zipper down to the side, is so that then you can open it up and put it on like a jacket. As for wear and tear, this is a really big one for me as a mom because I have a baby who has reflux, and so she spits up a lot. So we're talking about a lot of washing, let alone just like babies are messy in general, right? Like you might have blowouts, you might have like spit up. I will say this is one of the older kite sleep sacks, and I have another one of theirs, which is a little bit older. The stitching on the inside, it's quilted on the inside. This one here has held together really well. And I do think that's because this is a younger size, and so there's not as much pull and movement. The older version that I have, which would match my kids when they were standing, they were crawling, they were trying to move around and stretching, or what have you, the quilting on the inside has kind of snapped. So it's got some frayed threads on the inside, and so that's just something to keep in mind. However, the Wellino, it is one solid piece of fabric inside. It doesn't have any quilting because you've got the 2 layers. You've got the wool layer on the inside and then the second layer on the outside. So as for upkeep, this one here I find is easier to wash in terms of the fact that I can put it in the washing machine. I don't know if I'm meant to put it in the dryer, but if I'm in a pinch, this is the one I will put in the dryer. For the most part, I hang dry my clothes, but if I'm in a pinch, this is one that I'm putting in the dryer, because wool really does not do well in the dryer. So you would not want to put your Woolino sleep sack in the dryer, which is why we generally have like 2 sleep sacks. I don't necessarily think that you need like way more than that, but they are super helpful. I do think that they are a must when it comes to baby sleep and should be on your baby registry. And it really depends on what you value as pros and cons for your child, because if you want the multiple like dependent sizes or weights, then Kite is a really good option. If you want an all-in-one sleep sack, then Woolino would be a good option. And it also depends on your lifestyle as well. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions about these two or other sleep sacks that you're curious about, pop them in the comments below. And if you do need a hand asleep, make sure you check out our free nap cheat sheet and free awake times chart in the links below.
Hey there, Mama. Are you feeling exhausted, frustrated, and just a little defeated? I hear you, and I've been there. And thankfully, I can help. Let's teach your baby to sleep. I'm talking 10 to 12 hours of sleep each night. Little Wink's Sleep Baby program uses a science-based, gentle, parent-present approach that fosters healthy attachment while teaching independent sleep skills. We don't believe in letting your baby cry it out. This program includes everything you need, such as our insider strategies, both on night sleep and naps, as well as extras like our monthly live Q&A.